I want to take you back for a moment. Take you back to when you had to make a big career decision in your life. So, did you think of anything? As you remember that time, think back to the battle that went on in your head. Those endless questions. Should I do it? Can I do it? What happens if I fail? Do I have what it takes? For me, my big decision, this crossroads in my life, came at age 35. At that time, I was a legal assistant at an entertainment company in Los Angeles. For sure, my job was interesting. I was meeting interesting people and was doing meaningful work. But I wanted more. I had ambition and a burning desire to be a lawyer. Deep down, I knew I had the inner resources. I had the grit and determination to make it. And I was willing to do whatever it took to achieve my goal. There was no plan B. My heart was set on becoming a successful lawyer as what I was going to be, come hell or high water. These insights into my inner drive helped me overcome my demons, my insecurities, and my fear of failure. Confident and determined, I was now ready to declare my new intentions to the outside world. But my battle was far from over, because now I was confronted with more doubt. Not my doubt, you understand, but the doubts of others, doubts of friends, doubts of family and of peers, and those that mattered most. And finally, I was faced with the most damning doubt of all. My first professor at law school, an authority figure, someone who I should look up to and aspire to, wasn't prepared to accept me as a full-time student. Why? Because he believed my commute from my full-time job was too long. His verdict? I wasn't going to make it. And now I was angry, really angry. How dare he? This man was an icon in my chosen field, yet, with little knowledge or insight into who I truly was, he had cast his judgment. In his opinion, I didn't have what it takes. To me, he was acting as both judge and jury. He doubted my competence. What for him was, in all likelihood, a decision made in moments, suddenly cast a shadow over my long-term future. But here's the irony. This distinguished man of law had made judgments based on insufficient evidence. Furthermore, the evidence he did have was provisional and subject to change. He had cast his judgment on me with plenty of reasonable doubt still hanging in the air. For me, the jury was still out. I dug deep to figure out why I was so bothered. Why had this man's negative feedback upset me so much? In hindsight, I can see it with a clearer perspective. He was casting his verdict with recourse to a bogus law. Let's call it the law of probability. In short, given my situation, my age, and my background, he believed, in all probability, I would not succeed. To him, I was a 30-something-year-old ethnic woman with a full-time job, and as such, I probably wasn't going to make it. However, what he had failed to take into account in his damning indictment was this. In law, as in life, there are always outliers. Those that, despite the weight of evidence provided by the law of probability, defy the odds. Those who choose not to be just another number in the social statistics. But he is not alone. All too often, the same law of probability is used as a shortcut to decision-making. As I know only too well from my own life, people just love to refer to the law of probability for guidance. When I ignored the advice and went to law school, they told me I would probably drop out in the first year, but they were wrong. When I graduated, I was told I would probably fail the California bar exam because the passage rate was 30%. But they were wrong. When I passed the California bar, I was told I would probably not find a job because I lack the Ivy League background. Yet again, they were wrong. After proving them wrong on all 3 counts, I decided it was probably time for them to give up on their law of probability. So what's the lesson here? What should my professor have done in that position? What could he have done differently? Indeed, what could any of my doubters have done differently? Am I arguing that we should all be hopeless optimists? Is it appropriate to cheer everyone we meet from the sidelines to achieve any random goal they like? Of course not. But here's what I am saying. We all deserve a fair hearing. Because as educated adults, we are all well versed in the practice of skeptical thinking. We are prone to challenge bouts of optimism with equal measures of suspicion and doubt. Too often, practical realism interrupts the improbable path of optimism's progress. In short, doubts have the potential to derail an individual's genuine ambition. But the convictions we have about other people's abilities should be subject to the same level of scrutiny as a conviction given in a criminal court. Our convictions should not be based on the likely outcomes or any law of probabilities. Our convictions should be determined by their level of accuracy. In casting judgment on the competency or potential of others, we must dispute our hunches or our stereotyped profiles. Rather, before condemning others to a future of mediocrity, we should actively seek out evidence that contradicts our gut feel. Because as Shakespeare so eloquently wrote in the first act of Measure for Measure, our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt. And indeed, our own self-doubts do betray our hopes and dreams. But worse still, when we doubt others, we truly are committing an unforgivable crime. By all means, proceed cautiously, but in weighing up the evidence, look at both sides of the case. In a criminal court, the defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty. So let's extend the same principle to other people's aspirations. In life, presume that the ambitious among us are capable until proven otherwise. Thank you.